Hey guys, Mr. Newton here, and just coming at you with another installment of how to do this chemistry stuff, or even in physics, this can come in handy. But this is dimensional analysis, and it's pretty important. You might be thinking, oh, I don't need to pay attention to that dimensional analysis stuff. I got my own ways. That's easy stuff. I can just do it. Let me tell you a little secret. Here, come in close. If you don't do it like this, you'll probably fail. Simple. There's an easy way to do this that helps you stay all structured, and then there's definitely the hard way. And so take the time to learn it how I'm showing you, and things will be a lot easier for you. All right, let me transition to this real quick. All right, so here we go. I got my high-tech stuff going on here. This is dimensional analysis part 1. And so how do we do this stuff? Well, dimensional analysis is simply about canceling out units. And so what you care about is units, and what you're trying to do is just cancel them out so they're all gone. All right, so it's all about structuring it. So let's go ahead and just look at a simple little problem like how many seconds in a year, right? Okay, so dimensional analysis, and you should be learning how to do dimensional analysis easy. So the hard part with dimensional analysis is figuring out your start point and your end point. Now, the end point is going to be the easiest. And how do you figure out your end point? You look at the question. So there's my question, how? And the question is going to point to the end unit. So how many seconds? Clearly, that's my ending unit. And so that's what I want to be my last unit in my dimensional analysis. So I'm going to put that right there. Now I need to figure out where I'm going to start. Well, this thing also gives me a good starting point. 1 year. I need to start with a year, and I need to end with seconds. Now this question, whatever this question is, whatever it points to, that should be your last unit in your dimensional analysis. So I'm going to put 1 year right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to think about, okay, how do I get from a year to seconds? Well, I know that I can convert a year into days because I know how many days in a year. Now, the thing is, like each one of these links, like as you go down from here to here, all you got to know is a conversion unit, or a how many of these is equal to these. So I know that there's 365 days equal to 1 year. Now I know that I can get from days to hours, pretty easy, okay? And I know that I can get from hours to minutes, pretty easy. And then I know I can get from minutes to seconds pretty easy. So this is my progression, or sometimes called a plan. So I just draw a line right here, and I'm going to plan this out. I know where I'm supposed to end. I know where I'm supposed to start. I'm going to go ahead and draw myself some lines in between these things now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag my units up here down, just the units, not any numbers. Just the unit. So you can see that I'm dragging these down diagonally like this. Okay. And then minutes. So all of these right here. So I just wrote my plan. I know I can get from here to here to here to here, and I know that's what I have to end with. Okay. And this is it. Now at this point, now that I drag just the units, not the numbers, you'll notice there's the 1 here. I didn't put that down there. So just the units, because these have to be equal to each other. So 1 year is 365 days. So when I look at each one of these segments, they have to be equal to each other. They have to equal 1, because you're trying to convert the units. So if you multiply by 1, you won't change the number, you'll just change the units. And so as I go over here, I need hours and days. Well, I know that 1 day is 24 hours. And I know that there is 60 minutes in 1 hour, and I know that there is 60 seconds in 1 minute. There you go. So now what you've done is you have filled out your entire sequence right there. And so this is how it goes. All dimensional analysis is like this. You got your start point and your end point. Your end point is easy to figure out because you got your question, points right to it, stick it on the end. Your start point sometimes can be a little bit harder, but in this case was pretty easy. The ones you'll start off with, it's pretty easy what you start with. And so then you put that there, and then all you got to do is plan out, what are my links? How can I get from there to there, right? And then what you're going to do is just solve this. And so when you're solving these dimensional analysis, I think the easiest way is to multiply everything on the top and divide by everything on the bottom. Now, in this case, we have all ones on the bottom, so it's going to be pretty much just multiplication. But I'm just going to go ahead and put all my numbers in. So 1 times 365 times 24 times 60 times 60. There you go. So there's my entire top line multiplied out. Now my bottom line needs to be all division. So I'm going to go divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 1. Now you don't have to do this, obviously, because dividing by 1 isn't going to do anything. But I just did this so you guys can see that my top line is all multiply, my bottom line is all divide. It's all in one thing. Boom, there's my answer right here. There is what looks like 31,536,000 seconds in a year. All right, well, that's a lot of seconds. Well, anyways, guys, so this is just a real simple example and kind of a basic structure. So you're going to have a lot more problems, and I'm going to have other installments of this as well. But this is going to get you started on some of the how-tos on dimensional analysis.